What's going on, guys? Today I'm here with a man who's very dear to my heart. He is a former athlete. Soccer was his first love. Today I'm here with Mr. Ryan Halaile. Ryan, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
Doing well. First of all, I want to thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I really want to thank you for being here. I hope you're glad to be here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Appreciate it, man. So, tell us all, how did you get into soccer?
So it was kind of like natural. My mom signed me up for like a G League, you can kind of say, like the little boy league, when I was like 4 years old maybe, and I just started playing from there on. I didn't stop.
So did you try any other sports?
Not really. Not like I didn't focus. My only focus was soccer, but I didn't try. I like play other sports, but I never like focused on them.
So, but like, did you try out for any other sports? Like, did you go out like for football, basketball? Did you try out for them?
Actually, yeah, I did for flag football.
Did you really?
Yeah, I remember I caught a touchdown pass, but like the ball knocked the wind out of me, so that was my last game ever.
The ball knocked the wind out of you?
Yeah, because he threw it hard and I used my body to catch it.
How old were you?
I was I was in third grade. I don't know how old I was, but I was in third grade.
And was that your decision or was that your parents' decision? Like to have you go out for flag?
No, it was my decision because my neighbor, my best friend at the time, he did flag football, so he kind of invited me to play with him.
So you only tried one other sport other than soccer, really? Like really tried it, like to go out and...
You could say basketball too, but it was just like for the YMCA. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't really count it. But I scored a basket. I remember my mom was screaming. It was so fun.
At least you scored one because I scored none.
Well,
No. Yeah. So like, I was always I've never been the biggest guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, for basketball, so I went out for basketball and my best friend, my childhood best friend, like he was playing basketball and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have him on my team. So I went out to for the basketball team and I did well. I made it well enough to make it. I think a lot of it was because I had a friend or whatever. But so I go out for the basketball team, hey buddy, and I go out for the jump shot. Like they have me, the shortest guy, do the jump shot, and I come down and I land on my knee.
Oof.
And so So what happened was my friend's dad came over to me to help me up or whatever, and he was like, do you need to get out of the game? And I remember I was like, I can still play. And I just looked back and I was just like, I don't know why I did that. Why I did it was because you want to try out the sports to see what you're naturally good at, but I mean basketball is just terrible at it, brother.
But how'd you land on your knee?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was many years ago. It was like when we it was many years ago. So. No, it hurt, but I mean,
can feel it right now.
It hurt, but I mean you live and you learn. Basketball just wasn't for me, you know what I mean? So you live and you learn.
Yep.
It's all right.
How'd you get into football then?
So I played baseball for 11 years, and so when I was 3, I was playing baseball, but I was still doing other sports other than just baseball, just trying to see what I was actually really good at. But baseball ended up becoming something that was I was really good at. So my mom played softball, and that's kind of she would always be like, oh yeah, baseball, and my dad would be like, hey, baseball, and it was just kind of became a baseball thing.
So it's biased towards baseball?
A little bit, I guess you could say, but I just naturally, baseball just became the thing. So I got into baseball for 11 years, and then sometimes life just puts you in a different direction. So what ended up happening was my dad was like, hey, you ever kicked a football? And I was like, no, I've never kicked a football. And he always had a joy of punting the football in his backyard or whatever. And I always thought it was cool. I would always punt at recess and stuff in the 5th grade. And so he was like, hey, let's look up and see who can coach you in the area, if anybody. So we start looking it up, and I found this guy. And I would kick on my own time. I would just watch the NFL kickers and the punters just to see if I could do anything with it. But I went out and I met the guy, and he was like, all right, this is your first time. Don't expect to make any kicks today. He was like, I want to see you not make a couple, but kick a couple first so that I can see where you're at, kind of. You know what I mean? The first ball I ever kicked, I made.
The field goal?
Yeah, the field goal. The first field goal I ever kicked, I made. It was an extra point, but it wasn't the prettiest, but it was decent rotation. It went in, and he was like, you hit that pretty well. And I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, well, forget what I said about not being able to make any today. And, you know, my mom and dad, they were like, you know, if you don't like it, like, you don't like it. Like, that's fine. You know, we'll invest our money, you know, into the private session. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I ended up falling in love with it, and it kind of just took off ever since, man. So it's kind of how it started.
I can imagine like the satisfaction in kicking the ball, because I know like in soccer, when you like kick the ball and you connect well with it, it like feels amazing. So
how do you? Okay, maybe you'll be able to answer this question. How do you? You know when you kick it and the ball like kind of stops in the air?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So it's just when you kick it, instead of following through, you just stop. Like you gotta kick it right in the middle.
That's how it happens? Seriously?
Yeah.
So, like, you don't hit it under, you kind of just hit it...
Like, in the middle of the ball. Like, the middle's right here, just right below the middle. And you don't follow through, you just stop.
Really?
Yeah, that's the technique for it.
Because I remember I was at an Orlando City game a long time ago, and I was like, how do they get that ball to stall in the air? Did you ever do it in a game?
Not in a game, but, like, in practice.
In practice, just to mess around?
It's like, you can see, like, swivel through the
air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's something I always wanted to do. Did you try to kick a football ever?
I did, but I saw you do it, and like you hold it like this and you kick it on the side. That was too complicated. Like, and then you actually get a good spiral on it. I never knew how to do it, but from the ground I can do it.
You
like
kick a PAT?
Yeah, but I can't punch it.
We'll kick a PAT. Well, I'll teach you sometime. We'll go out. We'll have fun. For sure.
PAT.
For sure. Absolutely. You'll be absolutely.
Who's that one kicker on the Bengals?
Evan McPherson?
Yeah, that guy. I'm gonna be him.
What? Because you're a Bengals fan?
Yeah. Go Bengals.
No, don't go Bengals. Go Steelers.
No,
man.
who they?
No. Are you confident in the Bengals season?
I've been hearing that they have a good team this year.
Yeah, they do.
I know it's probably hard for you to say.
Joe
that.
Burrow's healthy. Yeah, no, I don't want to say that, but I mean Joe Burrow's healthy, so I don't know.
I'm excited to watch. I plan on watching like the whole season and not just like the final end of it.
When did you first start getting into American football?
It was around 4th grade, because I used to live with my uncle at that time, and he would watch it all the time, so I would just like sit down with him and watch it. And then in 3rd grade, I don't know if I told you, but the flag football team I played for, they call themselves the Bengals.
Oh, really? So that's part, yeah. So you obviously are going to be a fan. That's going to be the team you choose because of that reason.
So yeah, and then they had this one player, AJ Green.
Yeah.
I used to watch his highlights all the time. So that just kind of made me love the Bengals more.
Dude was a stud. I hate to say it as a Steelers fan, but I mean.
And then Odell Beckham too, like that one-hand catch he did.
Yeah, the one-hand catch.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Were you watching it live?
No, definitely not.
You weren't watching it live?
No.
I remember I was watching it live. That's all we talked about the next day. Like that's all. Like I went to school and I remember our teachers got so pissed at us because all we were talking about was the one-handed catch.
Yeah, that was a beautiful catch.
It was unreal.
And like he got like it was like pass interference too.
Yeah, it was pass interference too, and he got like 3 fingers on it. I know.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago. Well, this fall it'll be a decade ago, dude. I know. Like time flies, man.
It does, man.
That's crazy, man.
We were just kids, bro.
No, I remember. Yeah, I remember the teachers got so mad at us, and because they were like, "They'll do your assignment," blah blah blah. Because we were sitting like in our groups or whatever, and somehow we'd always find a way to go back to each other to talk to each other about it. And they got so mad at us, but it's like, dude, that was a story. Like he caught it with 3 fingers too. I remember. I know. I couldn't believe it myself.
Does he still play?
Yeah, he's on the Dolphins now.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So.
I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I used to follow players, so wherever my favorite player was, that would be my team.
You were a bandwagon.
Basically. The Bengals was always number 1, but Giants was right behind them just because of Odell.
Just because of Odell.
Yeah.
So.
Follow players.
So then, were you kind of a Browns fan when you went to the Browns?
I kind of stopped watching football
Did you?
that time, yeah.
Then you just picked it back up again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope Odell has a good season. I mean, I've always liked Odell Beckham Jr. So I mean, he's with Tyreek Hill, who still hasn't received my mail. Still hasn't received my mail apparently, but it's cool. It shipped. At least I think it shipped. I don't know.
To his house or
probably I addressed it to his house, so hopefully.
Shoot.
Hopefully it's at his house.
It's probably sitting on his counter.
It's probably sitting on his counter.
Tyreek, bro, you gotta read that mail.
You gotta read the mail, man. You have to read the mail.
And then answer him on Instagram.
My DMs are open, Tyreek. Like we've been discussing this though.
You think you can guard Tyreek? I'm confident I can guard Tyreek.
You think you can guard Tyreek? I don't know. I mean, they call him the turtle.
I thought he was a cheetah.
He's slowing down.
He's slowing down? Okay, I got
I couldn't guard Tyreek.
We could 2v1 him.
Nah, we couldn't 2v1 him. No, the dude, so like, it's funny because when I actually saw him in person, dude was jacked. Like he's what 5'8", 5'9". He's like my height, but dude is like he said he's like 200 right now. Like he's
200.
but he's like not fat. Like no body fat
Like
at all.
100% lean.
He's pretty lean. And it's funny because like you see these guys on TV and stuff, but I saw him in person and the dude looks like a college kid. Like he looks like he's a grown man, but he's got like a young face.
Yeah, he does look really young.
He's got a young face, right? He's 30. He just turned 30.
He's 30?
He's 30, man. Tyreek's 30. Odell Beckham's 31.
Tyreek's slowing down then. You think?
Nah, probably not.
Like you were saying, like on TV, they don't look as big, but when you see them in person, they're huge.
No, they're huge.
Like there was this like museum I went to, not a museum, like something like that. Like they had the footballer's leg, like you can compare.
Yeah.
Bro, they're huge. They're like
huge, dude.
4 of my legs.
That's what I'm saying.
That is insane.
No, it's huge, man. It doesn't matter how many squats you do, you almost can't catch. They have to have really good genetics.
Yeah.
Like of course you work out and stuff, but like genetics come into play. They have to. Like, yeah, Saquon. You know Saquon Barkley, the running back. He was with the Giants, now he's with the Eagles.
I've heard the name, but I don't think I know.
Dude, monster legs, like monster freaking legs.
Jeez, man.
But you got him though. It's weird because you got him and he's got monster legs, right? But like he's big upper, but he's kind of got like a tiny upper. But then you got Derrick Henry. You know Derrick Henry?
I've heard of that name too.
Huge upper body,
And small leg.
but a little tiny lower. Like tiny lower. Like still a big man, but like smaller lower.
It's a little mismatch.
Well, just a little mismatch. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
You gotta grow the legs, man.
Well, what I don't understand is defenders always go high. Like they go like for the upper body. Like if you're tackling a guy who's bigger than you, where are you going?
I'd assume the legs. Man.
That's what I'm saying. But they tackle him they tackle him and then they bounce off of him and he throws them. I'm like, dude, you have to go for the legs, man. Like I don't know why you don't go for the legs.
I mean, it's easy. You just like clamp him together and he falls.
Yeah, like just wrap him up and he goes down. I mean, yeah, that would be my strategy, but
I remember that one tackle you did in high school after you kicked it, I think.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Yeah.
I remember watching that live, bro.
Oh yeah, because you were in 18. You were on the sideline.
Yeah, and I just saw you just bump this guy.
Were you like watching in between people? Because there was a lot of people on. Like, so here's our sideline. There was all the people, and then over there was the actual play on the other sideline. So like, was there a lot of people? There was a lot of people between there, right?
The ATs, they're allowed on like the side where the players are not allowed. Like the players are in the middle, and then that one forbidden side. The ATs are allowed there, so I was just chilling there.
So you saw it kind of clear as day.
It was so clear.
I know. Like I remember he had the outside, and I remember thinking about, I was like, oh god, because I remember he was a big dude. He was the cousin of an NFL player.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, he was. So I remember he looked me in the eyes. That man legit looked me, and I looked him in the eyes like this. Like I have a picture where I'm like that, and then I slid, like I did like a baseball slide and wrapped him up, and then he had the ball. But what happened was, because I got his legs, he turned around and then boom, like he laid it on his back, and when I got up, I was like, yeah, that's right. Like I was like going crazy. I hugged one of my teammates or whatever, and you could tell he was kind of stunned. Like he was like, this kid just robbed me. Like he put the ball to the side and was just like,
He just got tackled by
really?
a kicker.
Kickers are athletes though.
You could write that on your resume.
What, tackle?
You tackled someone from the NFL, like his cousin.
I could write that on my resume.
You make it to the NFL right there.
Or I could just put on my highlight. I meant put on my highlight
Oh,
reel.
you did?
Yeah, I did put it. Of course, you got to put that on your
So
highlight reel.
your highlight reel is not just kicking; it was tackling too. One tackle.
Dude, I was the guy.
Yeah.
Like
You know.
middle linebacker, offensive lineman. Like I was him. That was not him. I just made a couple of good hits and a couple of good tackles, but it's okay. It's okay.
You made your what's it called? Your field goals though.
I made my field goals. You know, did my punts. I actually recovered my own onside kick. That was fun. Do you remember that?
I think
It was
do.
against Windermere. Were you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember it.
Dude, I recovered it, and what happened was, so I kicked it, and I went to recover it. I got it, and this dude hit me like upper, like right here. I like bent backwards, and I remember there was like hands and fists all over the place, and I was fine when I got up, but the next morning,
Oh yeah, we definitely feel.
I was like my lower, my back, and I was just like,
the adrenaline was keeping you up.
dude, I was like the adrenaline was keeping me up. It's like a senior citizen.
Oof.
Yeah, man, it hurt.
Football's a tough sport, man.
It's a tough sport, but I was always like that. I was always undersized though, so I knew if I took hits, like it was gonna be what it was.
True.
But I mean, you were always undersized.
Oh, still am. But I never played football like you.
No, but still, like, okay, so you got the Messis of the world, right? Smaller guys.
Yeah.
But then you got the Ronaldo's kind of a bigger dude.
He's like 6'2", 180.
Yeah. So I mean, lean.
Yeah.
They're all lean because they. I mean, unless you're a goalkeeper, then I
Yeah.
guess you could have a little
tummy.
little tummy.
Yeah.
Did you compare yourself to guys like Messi though, just because of like your size? Did you like look up to them?
Honestly, nah. I was always looking up to Ronaldo because
Really?
I always liked his play style better. It was more direct.
Yeah.
Like when I was little, I didn't really have the like dribbling. I was just speed and pray. You pray and
Speed
run.
and pray.
So yeah, that's basically what Ronaldo was. Messi was just 100% dribbling, like stuff like that. Ronaldo was like skills and stuff. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. But you didn't really look at guys who were undersized. You're like, okay, I can do that too. Like, not really.
Nah, not really.
Really?
Yeah, because I was always little. I always thought I was gonna grow.
Yeah.
Like I didn't always think I was gonna be undersized. So
Really?
I didn't really think. And I always had bias towards Ronaldo and his play style, so I kind of just play like him.
What was your biggest like weapon? Like the biggest thing that if an opponent was near you, they would be like, oh crap, like I'm near this guy. Was it speed?
100%.
Speed? You were fast?
That's all I had to do. Just dribble him, speed, and run.
Well, because if you're a little guy, I guess if you're a little guy, you have to have speed. But if you're a big guy, like you're okay because you kind of like bump and shove and stuff. But do you think that's gotten out of hand in soccer nowadays?
Speed?
Not speed, but the drawing flags, like they're not flags, the cards, like the when you know someone touches your shoulder wrong, and you go down. Like, do you think that's gotten out of hand?
I do think it's become a little soft.
It's
like just
yeah.
It's like this one guy. I forgot his name, but he always said it's not ballet, it's soccer. You gotta. Well, he said football, but it's not ballet. You gotta play football, and it's like it is a contact sport.
Right.
So you can't really be soft.
Right.
But I don't like how it's become too soft.
It's become a little much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll watch it here and there. Like I'm not a huge soccer guy, but I'll watch it here and there, and I'm like, really? Like they'll show the replay. That's what kills me the most is like they have the replay to show to show how like you know nonsensical it is.
Yeah, but for certain fouls, you can't use the replay to like take back the foul. Like unless it's a direct red card, you can't check the replay thing.
So what if it's the yellow card?
You still can't check.
You can't? Dang. You think they should be allowed to do that?
I would vote for it.
I would vote for it too. Well, because you want to call the game directly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with it's the same thing with the NFL where you have a pass interference call that can either make or break a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should be allowed to review that because like officials are human. You know what I mean? Like no matter they're gonna make mistakes. So basketball, football, soccer, whatever it may be, they're human. But at the end of the day, you have to have something. You have to have something to really, really show. Like, yeah, that was legit, or no, dude, not so much. Like, I just want the game to be officiated correctly because you know I think Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was on. Do you know the Pat McAfee show? The big muscle guy with like the faded sides of the hair.
Is he white?
White guy, yeah, like muscle shirt, yeah. I was gonna do a Pat McAfee intro for you, but like I want to say that's Pat's only thing. He does a thing where he introduces somebody and then he does like a little, but he does like a little, and everyone's like, in the background, but that's Pat's thing. No, but so Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee's show, and he was talking about the referees and he was that whole thing because he was injured. Aaron was injured last year, so we had a lot of time to actually watch the game, and he said he had a call one game. That it went his way, but he knew, like in his head, that the call it shouldn't have been called. Like he knew it shouldn't have been called, and he said, he goes, I don't want that call. Like I want the game to be officiated correctly. Like I want to earn it. You know what I mean? So
100%.
I would want to earn it as well. So I do agree with replays. Like I agree with replays. I agree with checking in New York or the booth or whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like I agree with all that stuff because I want the game. I want to watch a good, legit game. Because if my team wins because you know, whether I'm playing or whether I'm watching, if my team wins because of a blown call or because they gave it to me, I mean, I'm going to be happy because it's a dub, but like, I'm going to be unhappy because I know there should have been many different things that we should have done, many other things we should have done differently to not be in that situation. You know what I mean? Like I want the game to be officiated correctly. So I don't know. Hopefully they do that. Hopefully they actually they should. I agree with you. I think the NFL actually made it so you can review roughing the passer.
Oh yeah. When
Yeah.
You tackle the QB.
Yeah. So like because there's been a lot of controversy with that.
But in the football, I saw you can like challenge plays.
You can challenge. If I'm a coach, I just really have to be confident in the challenge. If I lose it, I lose it. But at least I know I was confident in that challenge. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you just got to be confident in that challenge. You know what I mean? If you're not, if you're not, then you lose it. Then you have to deal with the post game questions. Then you have to deal with the fans hating you for you got to deal with everything. So like you just have to like really be confident when you challenge it. So yeah, man. But that comes with coaching.
Yep. The experience.
You signed up for it.
Yep.
You signed up for the coaching gig. You got to challenge it, man.
Yep. Do you see yourself coaching in the future?
I can see myself coaching. Do you see me coaching?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so? I can see myself coaching. Head coach.
LBV.
Head coach at LBV. I'd be the head coach at LBV.
Sucks to suck, right?
What are you talking about? What are you referring to?
Hey, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep. Well, that's for another day.
That's foreign to me.
Yeah.
But no, I can see myself coaching. Maybe I will coach LBV.
You think basketball or football or basketball, baseball?
Probably football, just because I'm knowledgeable with football.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
No,
So, yeah. I mean, I would coach. Yeah, I would coach at LBV. All performing players would be gone that I know.
Sure.
They would all be gone, so I would never get to coach those guys. But
new generation, though.
New generation, man.
Lead them to LBV first ever state championship.
First ever state championship. If that happens, we can look back on this moment. Oh yeah, we can look back on this moment.
We predicted it.
For sure. No, but I mean, that would be kind of crazy though. If I was the head coach at LBV, maybe I will be.
But I don't see you as head coach. I see you like as a specific place coach.
Like special teams coordinator, like working with all the kickers and punters and long snappers. I could see that. I mean, I've watched, I'm no quarterback guru, but I've watched the quarterbacks enough.
Yeah. To
the point where I'm fairly knowledgeable about it. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Yeah. Because I think in the NFL nowadays, I think that there needs to be a little bit more, there needs to be wiggle room for development. Because I see with quarterbacks nowadays in the NFL, it's like if you don't do well in 2 years, you're done. And they just move on from you. Just think about it, you're going from high school, okay, then you're going to college, and no matter where you play, D1, D2, D3, NAI, whatever it may be, it's still going to be harder. Like, you're still going to have competition. Right, it's a whole different ballgame. And you go to the NFL or you go to the XFL, like, it's going to be, you have to adapt, especially at the quarterback position. So I think that I don't think there's enough leeway, really. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there was a little more leeway. I mean, yeah, I wish there was a little more room for failure. But then you got guys like C.J. Stroud and Joe Burrow who've adapted really well. Mm-hmm. So, like, what did they do that set them apart? You know what I mean? Like, what was their situation like? I don't know.
For me, I think maybe the coaches that had trust in them. Like, they were confident in them.
I mean, Joe Burrow also had Jamar Chase. I mean, I don't know. But, like, still.
Got good players to surround yourself.
Yeah, you got good players and good coaches to surround yourself. But, yeah, I do wish there was a little bit more wiggle room when it came to that. I would love to be a quarterback coach.
Really?
I would. Like I said, I have not played quarterback, but I watched it to the point where I'm kind of fascinated by the little things that go into it. But LBV quarterback coach, oh yeah.
I see like quarterback positions like really complicated. Yeah. Like it's not as easy as throwing a ball.
No, I mean you got to read, you have to run, you have to. Now let me ask you. I know you're new to watching football, but what do you think the most effective way to play a quarterback is? The running style of quarterback or reading the defense and throwing it?
Me personally, I'd probably read the defense.
Because
you can't always rely on the running back, right?
Well, I'm saying running quarterback.
Oh, like running the
ball?
Yeah,
like quarterback gets it and then he runs. Instead of like, would you rather that be the play style, like where he relies on his legs too much, or would you rather like have your quarterback read the defense?
I want him to be good at reading the defense.
That's what I agree.
But also like I forgot his name, Lamar Jackson. I like the way he plays. Like he's always running.
But you know what's funny about him? Okay, so yeah, he's mobile, he's elusive, but the funny thing about him is he had his best year last year. But the reason he had his best year last year, yeah, he ran, yeah, he was mobile, yeah, he was elusive, and I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so I hate to say that he had a good year, but he had a good year because he threw the ball. He stood back there, he utilized his receivers, and he had a good year.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you look at the Final Four, you got Ravens. So it was Ravens and Chiefs. Mahomes throws the ball. Like, Mahomes is elusive. Mahomes runs, but Mahomes relies on scheme. Mahomes throws the ball. Then you got 49ers and Lions. All those guys threw the ball last year, and they didn't rely on their legs too much. I just think there's something to that.
Yeah.
I just think there's definitely,
It's probably the reason why they were Final Four.
and that's the point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Like, you do have other players to run the ball for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't always have to do it yourself.
Exactly. Now, I mean, you can, you know what I mean? Because you've got guys. I mean, you've got like really, big and strong, like T.J. Watt. Obviously, I'm a Steeler fan, so I'm gonna, of course. But like, you got the T.J. Watts of the world, who you need mobility. You need to run away from. I mean, Tom Brady used to stand back there and just kind of like, throw it like immediately. But I think nowadays you need a lot of mobility. Because think about it, if you have a guy literally running at you. If you have a guy like T.J. Watt, you have to have mobility to run away from. That's what I was going to say. Okay, so mentally, because I know you mentioned you want to talk about the mental aspect of sports and how your mentality really affects you, and I mean generally in life though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, what were some things you would do mentally going into a game, if anything?
Well, people would say this is kind of cocky, but you always got to think you're the best.
Right.
Like on the field, you always have to think you're the best. Like I kind of got that from one of my favorite players. Like he always thought he was the best. No one was better than him. Everyone saw him as cocky, but I always saw it as confidence. Which confidence is key for everything, not just in sports, but in life as well.
Right.
Like I don't know, like you see in basketball, when they shoot the ball and they miss, like kind of blows their confidence.
Right.
But when they keep shooting, they make it. They kind of get hot, and that's basically confidence. If you keep shooting, you keep making. So yeah, confidence is pretty much everything to me in sports.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so is it confident to the point where it's, yeah, I'm so confident, or is it confident to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm confident?
I think the second one you did. Like,
Yeah, I'm confident.
You gotta be humble about it at the same time.
Because there's a such thing as being overconfident, and then with that comes, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and then you get into this mindset where you don't have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's about having fun. Like, okay, so I love this guy. Do you know who Gardner Minshew is?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so it's this NFL quarterback. I mean, he's got an underdog story himself. He was a 6th-round draft pick 178 out of Washington State. I mean, he's got an underdog story himself, and he's all Mr. Long Hair, don't care. Like he's got nothing to lose when he steps on the field because no one expects anything of him. You know what I mean? Like no one expects anything of him, and he's just kind of. But that's his mentality. That's how he goes into the game. He's just all like,
Don't care.
what do I have to, like myself right now with my recruiting process and with everything that I've gone through, it's like, okay, so, not a high school team right now, not on a college team, still grinding, for my opportunity. No one knows my name. What do I have to lose? We'll go out to a field and get working. Like, if I mess up, if I have a bad day, like, what do I have to lose?
Nothing.
You know what I mean? And I think that's generally in life, though. A lot of time we think too much about what we have to lose. Do you have anything else you want to cover though?
What did we not cover? I don't think so.
I think we covered everything, man.
If we find other topics, we can talk about it in another segment.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But I want to thank you for being here. First of all,
It's my pleasure, bro.
I appreciate it.
My honor to be part of JL.
I appreciate it, man.
Sir.
I appreciate it.